Hello, and welcome everybody again to this new moon in Pisces. I didn't ask, but do we have any Pisceans amongst us? Quick nod. No Pisceans? Okay. So the water sign rising. Okay, Giselle is Pisces rising. The water sign, dissolving water sign, and like I'd mentioned in my email, some of the characteristics of Pisces are empathetic, sensitive, and imaginative. Oftentimes people think of Pisces as daydreamers. I love to daydream. How about you? It's in that wonderful liminal state that we start dreaming big dreams for ourselves or for the better good for everybody. And I started doing new moon ceremonies with another group last year. In fact, I think it was around this time, March of last year, when our whole world turned upside down. And I continued doing the new moon ceremonies every month and kept a special journal specifically for the new moon. So hopefully you've got your journal handy. We'll be doing some freestyle writing afterwards. And if you can allocate a special journal just for the new moons, because as we go on to the following months, you'll be able to look back and look at your intentions and see what came to fruition or what didn't, so you can revisit. So I highly recommend having a special journal for that. So under this new moon in Pisces, we also have Venus and Neptune kissing in the sky, like I mentioned. So this is a wonderful time to get heart-centered, sink into your heart as I do the meditation. Let yourself get out of your head and sink into your heart temple, the truth. And for those of you who are in a romantic relationship or want to be in one, this is a wonderful time for you too. And I promised my husband a romantic evening tonight because he's been so supportive of everything I do. So, so I better keep my word, huh? And this also is a wonderful time with Neptune and Venus for heart healing for those of you with broken hearts. It's a wonderful time for greater love. But remember, it starts with yourself, right? Thumbs up. Yes. So I'd like to start by reading a poem. For those of you who have attended my retreats before, you know I love to include poetry. And this is by my friend Rachel Kahn. Oh, you can't quite see it. I'll send a note about this wonderful book, How to Bless the New Moon. So I invite you to close your eyes so you can let the words just wash over you. How to bless the new moon. Back before the journey began, before traversing the massive desert expanse, before the sea had even split, way, way back in Egypt, the first collective gift transmission was given. With transcendental gentleness, the indwelling, ever-present, all that is, infinite, lifted your chin, directed your attention towards the heavens, and said, "Let the moon's cyclical and fluid beauty hew you to the rhythm of time's unending spiral. Use this precise present as your very beginning. Sanctify every recursive moment of holiness over objects. Follow the mystery hidden in shadow. Seek beneath the surface. Let others bask in the surety of sunlight. You were born of the moonlight tribe. Let others be about answers. You be about questions. Live in the liminal. Listen for the subtle metal scrape. These are keys unlocking each restraint. Listen for the whisper. This is the giving over of the calling forth of the new moon to you. Listen, for this is your liberation. And that is How to Bless the New Moon by Rachel Kahn. So the new moons have been used by our ancestors, our elders, women in circle. Women that use this auspicious time to set intentions for the month ahead. And it's a time to get quiet, set your intentions, manifest your dreams. And for women, for those of you who may be listening to this, the recording, that don't bleed anymore. I know I often get questions from younger women, like how, as an older woman, do we stay in Earth's cycles? Because if you're not menstruating anymore, you're not getting a reminder. But we always have the moon, regardless if you're still bleeding or not. And a woman that is in tune with the Earth's cycles and rhythms is a woman divine indeed. Yes? So Shana, welcome. Sorry, I was keeping you waiting. And I just read a beautiful poem, How to Bless the New Moon, but you'll see it on the recording. But it's just a gentle reminder that as our ancestors, we looked up towards the sky for answers. We were guided by the moon cycles. We were guided by the sun cycles. And as modern women, we often lose track of the cycles if we're involved with our work or things going on in the world. So the new moon is an invitation to get clear, set intentions, sit in silence. Maybe some of you are starting new projects. Maybe some of you are taking on big ventures this year. I know some of you are. Huge changes in your life. So I want you to pat yourself on the back for taking this time today, for sitting with us, sitting with other like-minded women, to honor the Piscean energy, the watery, empathetic, sensitive, imaginative, daydreaming, and also recognizing Venus and Neptune are going to be kissing in the sky later. So it's a time for heart healing, heart-centeredness, self-love, and love for others, and for a bigger picture in the world. So let's get centered, and we'll go into the liminal, take you through a meditation. If you have your candle, you can light your candle now. I'm going to do that to honor this time, creating a sacred space. I decided to allocate a special candle for this time as well, which I'll light each month. And I have some new moon cards. I think Naya, you gave me these. I don't see you on the screen. So this is a collective affirmation for us before I start and it's interesting. I shuffled these before, and Up comes burning for love, appropriately. Intention, I am one with the fire of eternal love and creation. All life flows through me, and I am alive with love. I embody love for all to see as I burn with this sacred fuel. I allow others to witness love and its sacred and divine human manifestation. So if you're sitting comfortably or lying down, whatever feels best to you, let's close our eyes and feel the strength in our spine as the energy moves up through the root chakra in the base of our spine. And as it travels up through the spine, igniting, opening each chakra, feeling the explosion of light channeling up through your spine, up through to your crown chakra, and letting your hands be supported on your legs, palms face up or down, whatever you prefer, and gently closing our eyes and channeling your gaze to your third eye, your intuition. You can do that by just lifting your gaze upwards so that you ignite that third eye chakra. And as you're settled in, taking a moment to envision a better life for yourself and for the world. Visualizing peace radiating through your heart chakra and the heart of every being, known and unknown, human or not human, visible or invisible. In our guided meditation, we're going to walk down to the ocean's edge. As you look out into the waters, noticing the fluid motion of the waters. It could be by a lake or the ocean or stream. We're all in different parts of the country, so our body of water is going to be different. I'm by the ocean. But noticing that water is ever flowing, and as feminine energy, honoring that fluidity, the watery essence, our tears, our water in our body, and honoring the cycles of water and the element of water, honoring that it sustains life. Our tears, our moon cycles, we are of water. And as we walk alongside this body of water, we decide to sit down and gaze out. An inner smile as you bless the water, acknowledging its power, I want you to think now of relationships in your life as you're supported by this body of water. Friendships, romantic partnerships, family members. And honoring listening, being in the present state, listening to conversations, one-on-one with your partnerships. Maybe recalling or recounting a conversation that's happened recently or in the past. Were you listening with your ears and your heart, your eyes? Just take yourself there in that moment. How did you feel? Was it joyful? Happy? Or were you called to sit back and just listen? Not say anything? Were you tempted to speak when that person really wanted you to just listen? The Piscean energy characteristics are the one of empathy. And as women, we're natural empathizers, but sometimes things get out of whack. We don't have, or we think we have limited time to be present with those in our lives. Or maybe you're teaching a loved one the ways of empathy, and it's a struggle. Some people want to fix things. They don't know how to just sit and listen. It is a learned response. Now I want you to think of a time when you wanted to be listened to in relationship. Could be a friend or beloved, family member. You're upset maybe, or you're excited, and you want it to be witnessed for who you are. Sensitive, kind, giving, ever feeling. How did it feel when you just wanted somebody to listen, not give suggestions? We all trip up now and again. That's okay. As long as we recognize and learn from each experience. maybe in relationship, somebody has told you you're too sensitive, take on too much, take on people's energy. How do you feel when somebody says you're too sensitive? You want to be yourself, right? Or maybe you'd like to crack your heart open and be more sensitive. Maybe you're always in your head and you want to sink into your heart and be more sensitive and flowing like water. Maybe you're always trying to fix things. Do you daydream? As a child, were you encouraged to imagine yourself as a superhero? Or maybe there was a favorite book you read as a child that had a heroine. Did you sit and play by yourself? Were you a favorite character in a book? My favorite character was Heidi, and she helped her cousin. She melted the heart of her grumpy grandfather on the Swiss Alps. I loved that story. She was forthright, sensitive, kind, but she also pushed people a little to step into the unknown and trust. Maybe your heart is broken and you need some healing. Or maybe somebody around you needs some heart healing energy that you can help with. We're all connected under this new moon, Piscean. Noticing two fishes swimming down the stream or dolphins playing in the water. We're alike but different. So it's time to gather yourself and make way from this body of water. So you pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and head back home. So when you're ready to come back to the space, you can slowly open your eyes. Take your time. And if you get your journal, we're going to do some free-flowing writing. Are you not editing yourself? And I have some questions for you to answer. So the first question, are you really listening to your intuition? Are you really listening to your intuition? And if not, what gets in the way? I'll give you about 5 minutes. We've got 3 questions, so let it flow. So if you've figured out what is getting in the way, can you write an intention? So if you feel like your intellectual self gets in the way, what would your intention be? Lead from the heart. I trust my intuition. I'm supported. I embody love for all to see. I allow others to witness love by example. And the next question is, am I being open with my feelings? Or am I afraid to show my vulnerability? Am I afraid to ask for help? Do I see it as a sign of weakness if I need help? It's not really a question per se, but it's just wrapped in this, am I being open with my feelings? It's been a tough one for me, is being comfortable with vulnerability. Maybe some of you have experienced that as well. So, what would your intention be around this? Being open with your feelings. I allow myself to be seen with all my vulnerabilities and emotions. I feel supported. And the next question, am I setting boundaries in my relationships? Or do I feel the need to take on other people's drama? Am I graceful when I set boundaries? Oftentimes we feel we need to react with an answer right away, but setting boundaries, telling somebody you need some time to think about it, and you'll get back to them. What could you do? What would your affirmation be? Intention around setting boundaries. With grace. And the last question is, are you allowing yourself time to daydream? Are you allowing yourself some time to slow down and dream of a life that is better for you and for your loved ones and for everyone as a whole? Are you releasing the need to keep pushing? We can often see daydreaming as a waste of time. It's not productive. Sure, we've heard that before. How many times have you been at your computer desk and you're writing or you're creating something and you get stuck and you find yourself daydreaming because your body's telling you you need to step away? It happens to me all the time if I'm writing something, and as soon as I step away from the computer and get outside and sit and be in nature and daydream, I have all the answers come to me. What would your life be like if you allow yourself to slow down and dream? Do you deny yourself that pleasure? What would your affirmation be around that? I give myself time to slow down, to daydream, to think big. Just a couple more minutes. You can always revisit the video and write some more, but I hope you've got some clarity around your intentions for this new moon in Pisces. And manifesting your dreams along with your intentions. Tomorrow the moon will be in the waxing crescent phase. So this is when your seeds are growing and you're to have faith and focus and declare your intentions. And then we'll move towards the first quarter on the 21st. I'll email you with some specific dates so you can revisit your intentions and have faith. And then we'll go into the waxing gibbous state, which is a time to review your intentions, refine them, and it's an invitation to be patient and nurture yourself as we head towards the full moon, which is on the 28th of this month. And of course we have spring equinox. So what a great time to be planting seeds with this new moon, and then with this spring equinox, which is next weekend, the 20th. And the full moon is on the 28th. And then after the full moon, we turn into the waning gibbous state, which is breathe and reflect and release. And then we're heading towards the last quarter, and then the waning crescent before it gets dark again. So my intention is to hold these new moon ceremonies every month on this year. And I'll always record them if you can't make it live. And of course each one will be different depending on what sign we're in. And I will email you, like I said, some specific dates where you can revisit. I recommend you get clear with your intentions. You've written them out now. You maybe get a little bit more clarity by revisiting them. And remembering that Neptune and Venus are going to be in the sky kissing later. So if you find yourself in a romantic interlude, either with yourself, maybe treat yourself to a romantic dinner, dress up in your favorite clothes, just to invite some romance, self-love into your life or your others who you're with. And if you have a little comment to add to the chat, there was one revelationary theme that came up today. I'd love to see that. If not, that's okay. You can always email me privately. And as always, within you, you know the way. Within you, you have the answers you seek. All we have to do is get quiet and still, and we find those answers. Shall I read that new moon poem again? How to bless the new moon. Back before the journey began, before traversing the massive desert expanse, before the sea had even split, way, way back in Egypt, the first collective gift transmission was given. With transcendental gentleness, the indwelling, ever-presence, all that is, infinite, lifted your chin and directed your attention towards the heavens and said, "Let the moon's cyclical and fluid beauty hew you to the rhythm of time's unending spiral. Use this precise present at your very beginning. Sanctify every recursive moment of holiness over objects. Follow the mystery hidden in shadow. Seek beneath the surface. Let others bask in the surety of sunlight. You were born of the moonlight tribe. Let others be about answers. You be about questions. Live in the liminal. Listen to the subtle metal scrape. These are keys unlocking each restraint. Listen for the whisper. This is the giving over of the calling forth of the new moon to you. Listen, for this is your liberation. How to Bless the New Moon by Rachel Kahn. I'll email you the book if you're interested in seeing more. When you, Giselle has just put something in the chat you want to share. Did you want me to read it? Yes, okay. So she said, for me, I'm an open person, but the question made me realize that when I meet new people in my life, I don't need to expose myself yet. Not without trust first. I forget that. I pour thoughts out and feelings when asked when I need some stronger, graceful boundaries to protect my heart. Yes, we can all relate to that. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I certainly did. I got up very early to prepare. And the next new moon is April the 11th, which is a Sunday. So I'm trying to do them as close to the new moon. I think it went new at about 5 o'clock this morning, I think, 5:30 or something. So this was really great to do it on the day. I mean, I know people's schedules are different, whether or not I'll do it on a Sunday. I mean, it's recorded anyway, so we'll see what day I do it on next month. Give me a thumbs up if this was helpful. Have you got some revelation? Yeah? Yeah. So great, isn't it? Just a lot of us are business owners working, and how often do we give this time, especially if we're giving to others all the time, and if we're busy planning things for the future. Sunday is okay for me. Yeah, I think Sunday's okay for me too. I mean, I know somebody said to me, wow, 9 o'clock is early. Well, it is a little early, but I don't know about you, but it's kind of, the day hasn't really started yet, right? So it's kind of a nice, gentle time. It's sort of in between the subliminal and the liminal. It's, and I know, like Betsy, she's on another, are you on the same time zone? No. Oh, you're ahead, right. So maybe you've done all your stuff already for the day. Yes, she's laughing. I'm up at 6, right, yeah. Yeah, some of us are late sleepers. My only my only question for my husband is, don't let the cat come into my office. I was thinking as soon as I close a door, which the door is closed behind me, she wants in. So I got her up early and fed her. She's been out, so now she's asleep. So I'm like, yes, because you would have heard her. So I love you all, and I miss hugging you and seeing you. For those of you who've been to my retreats, you know that we've had to reschedule again. So our next retreat is going to be October, but it's Halloween weekend. So Until then, we'll be connecting this way. I mean, maybe we'll connect a little bit, in the summer, I don't know. But for now, this is it. So my joy and purpose is always to make it as intimate as possible and to be creative. Um, I'd love to have some music as well playing next time. I have to figure that out with a mixer and stuff. So um, have a great day, and don't forget to move your body. I'm going to be dancing at 11 to move these feelings and emotions through your body, and keep revisiting and look out for some emails and the recording, of course. Love you. All right. Lots of love. See you next month, April 11th.